Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm doing great because in this video I'm talking about Bubble. A movie I watched the other day and now want to talk about. I'd been meaning to watch this movie since I first saw the trailer on Netflix and somehow I just didn't. Until now. I don't know why I'm more willing to start a 35 episode series than a 2-hour movie, but there you go. Before I get into the meat of this video, I just want to quickly say thank you to everyone who has been watching my videos recently and subscribing to my channel. I've been getting more traction recently and it really feels amazing, and I'm so touched by all of the support. I just reached 1,000 watch hours, so that's huge. It blows my mind more than just a little. So thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe. Okay, now some quick background on Bubble in case you haven't watched it. I'm not going to explain any of the mysteries or give too many spoilers because I recommend watching this movie. I enjoyed it and I thought it had some really interesting elements. The story takes place in a kind of post-apocalyptic Tokyo, but not a world-ending, severe type apocalypse, not like Walking Dead apocalypse, a mid-level apocalypse. The city is severely flooded, and there are a number of anomalies that defy the law of physics, like floating debris and strange pressure energy whirlpools. Also bubbles, very mysterious, gravity-defying bubbles. Basically, the only people still living in the city are these parkour artists who now find themselves in really excellent terrain for their particular skill. I really enjoyed the parkour in the series. This might be a bit basic of me, but it's so cool. These orphans are taking the city back for themselves and having fun, building community, having their own adventures and being cool, and it's great. It also kind of reminds me of the action in Attack on Titan. All the jumping around and maneuvering is fun, and we all secretly wish we could. There's just something really badass about people who are very, capable and fit. And I love how much drama is given to the parkour in the final scenes, and that because of all of the strange anomalies, the parkour itself takes on added elements of danger. Our main character, Hibiki, is the most badass of the parkour dudes and lives on a boat with the rest of his team and this scientist lady who is investigating all of the weirdness. One day, in a fit of loner excellence, he goes off on his own to Tokyo Tower, which is surrounded by all kinds of these anomalies, and it's a very dangerous site to parkour around. He goes there because he's haunted by this tune, which he believes holds the answers to what's going on with the bubbles, and somehow he feels like the answer to all of his questions is at the tower. Perhaps he is connected to the bubbles in some way. Maybe you should watch the movie and see. And if you have, then you know. His confidence gets him in trouble and he ends up in a life or death situation. Luckily for him, one of the bubbles, was watching him the whole time, and her desire to save him is so strong that she turns into a real girl and saves him. And this is where the story really gets going. Hibiki names the girl Uta, and they spend a lot of time together as he teaches her about the world and slowly opens up to her, which he has never been able to do with anyone else. Just the kind of stuff that I eat up. One of the most interesting aspects of this anime is the parallel with the story of The Little Mermaid. The original story, not the Disney one. And if you know anything about that story, it's much more tragic and does not have a happy ending. I really enjoyed this comparison. Uta is also in love with someone who lives in another world, and so she tries to join him in his, And even though their feelings for each other are real and true and strong, at the end of the day, she is Bubbles. She's a badass parkour girl, the only one who can really keep up with Hibiki. But her bubble nature cannot be suppressed forever. Shame, man. Can you guys imagine what it's like to fall in love with someone who turns out to be one of the strange, sinister bubbles that drowned the world and killed your parents? That's a rough one, that. And I really have to give props to the writer, Gen Urobuchi, because I love the concept of evil bubbles. A few weeks ago, I actually bought bubbles for myself and I found them utterly delightful. They brought out my inner child. But Urobuchi sees bubbles and he sees death and destruction. He has taken something so innocent and generally beloved and made them the bad guys. Like, can you imagine when this first started happening? People would have been like, oh wow, look, bubbles, oh that's so nice. You'd probably think some YouTube person is doing a cool stunt for views, but then the bubbles don't stop, and they don't behave the way that bubbles are supposed to. So you begin to think, what the hell is going on with these bubbles? Are these aliens? An evil scientist? And then you find out that the bubbles blew up Tokyo. What do you even do? Like, how do you combat bubbles? Like, it's such an excellent idea. But you know what you have to do? Parkour. Okay, now briefly, I want to talk about the ending. The ending. Basically, Uta goes back to being a bubble and becomes Hibiki's sidekick. And I don't know how I feel about that. How can this boy possibly live a full life with his ex-girlfriend Bubble hanging around all the time? Will she get jealous if he dates another girl? Will he just remain alone and celibate for the rest of his life in the hopes that his perfect bubble girl might manifest again one day? And what kind of life is that? I hate that. It's like she half died. It would have been better if she was just gone. But maybe that's just mean of me to say. It's sweet that they can be together still. Bubble and boy. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. All those good things. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Kayla. See you next time. Bye.